Let's talk about probably the most powerful psychological force shaping how people process vaccine information: confirmation bias. This is our tendency to seek out, interpret, and remember information that confirms what we already believe while dismissing or forgetting evidence that challenges our beliefs. And in the age of social media algorithms, this natural human tendency has been turbocharged into something far more powerful and harder to escape. Here's how confirmation bias operates. Someone who's already skeptical of vaccines encounters a case report about an adverse event. They immediately accept it as evidence confirming their suspicions, sharing it widely and remembering it vividly. That same person encounters a large epidemiological study finding no safety concerns, and they instinctively discount it, perhaps thinking the researchers were paid off by pharmaceutical companies or that the study was designed to hide problems. The evidence they accept and the evidence they reject is determined more by their pre-existing beliefs than by the quality of the evidence itself. This is what psychologists call motivated reasoning. We don't objectively evaluate evidence and then form conclusions. Instead, we start with preferred conclusions and then selectively gather evidence that supports them while finding reasons to dismiss contradictory evidence. It's not that people are being deliberately dishonest. This process is largely unconscious. We genuinely believe we're being objective even as our brains are running sophisticated filtering operations below conscious awareness. The information environment we live in has made this infinitely worse. Social media algorithms curate content based on engagement, showing you more of what you've previously liked, shared, or spent time reading. If you've clicked on a few vaccine-skeptical posts, the algorithm interprets that as interest and floods your feed with similar content. Very quickly, you find yourself in what's called a filter bubble or echo chamber, where you're seeing overwhelming evidence for your beliefs, all carefully selected from marginal sources, while mainstream scientific consensus is filtered out entirely. Inside these echo chambers, it genuinely feels like overwhelming evidence supports your position. You're seeing dozens or hundreds of posts about vaccine injuries, alternative theories about health, and critiques of mainstream medicine. The fact that this represents a tiny curated slice of available information, selected specifically because it matches your previous engagement patterns, becomes invisible. This creates a genuine epistemic problem. How do you know if your beliefs are actually supported by evidence or if you're trapped in a confirmation bias loop? Here are some debiasing strategies. First, actively seek out information that challenges your beliefs. This feels uncomfortable, which is exactly why it's necessary. Your discomfort is a signal that you're breaking out of the echo chamber. Second, practice steelmanning opposing positions. That means presenting them in their strongest, most charitable form rather than attacking strawman versions. If you can't articulate the opposing view in a way its proponents would recognize as fair, you probably don't understand it well enough to dismiss it. Third, go to primary sources rather than commentary. Don't just read what vaccine skeptics say about a study, read the actual study. Don't just read what vaccine proponents say about adverse event reports, look at the actual surveillance data. Primary sources are harder to interpret but much harder to spin. Fourth, recognize when emotional reactions signal possible bias. If you feel triumphant when encountering evidence supporting your view or angry when encountering contradictory evidence, that's a warning sign that motivated reasoning is operating. Finally, hold beliefs provisionally. The most intellectually honest position is believing what seems best supported by current evidence while remaining genuinely open to revision if better evidence emerges. That's not weakness, that's wisdom.